And a very, very good morning, everyone. My name is Tim Burgess with a company called Maximizing Results. And I want to make sure that we understand something. This is not your onboarding call. Okay, this is not your onboarding call. So if you have an onboarding call scheduled with Real Connect, please make sure that you keep that. This is not that. What this is just a training that we're going to call live. We're going to jump on the phone here. This thing, we're going to use this thing. Nobody's going to reach through the phone and grab me by my esophagus. We're going to use the telephone. We're going to call for sale by owners. We're going to call some, no, we won't call expires today. We stay focused on one thing. But we're going to show how simple it is to list properties and get appointments to list properties. And people aren't going to reach through the phone and grab me by my esophagus. They're not going to be mean to me. They probably won't even say too many crosswords. And we might even run into somebody who just follows the script. Click, 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 click. Next thing you know, you have an appointment. Now, I know for some of you think, Tim, that's not even possible, man. And I apologize. Truly, I do. I don't want to argue with anybody, but it is possible. Josh just closed one. Josh is kind of my right hand. If I didn't have Josh, this arm would be gone. But Josh just closed the deal. We called during this live session, I don't know, 6-7 weeks ago. And the young lady's name was Faith. And Faith followed the script. I mean, click, 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 followed the script. Well, Josh has already closed that property. And they're satisfied customers. They're already moved out of state. And for approximately 15 hours worth of work, the call, the follow-up, the listing appointment, going to the appointment, going to, get the house and all marketing and everything else, all this stuff, everything, about 15 hours. And 15 hours was over $8,000. Now, if anybody just does the math on that, you realize that your hourly rate's pretty strong. And I don't know anywhere else where you can go and somebody actually advertises that they actually have a need for your service. So why should you listen to me? Why am I here today? Quit school in the 8th grade, wandered around for 16 years, aimlessly lost, not knowing what to do. And I answered an ad in the newspaper looking for a job, and I ran into the founder of the fastest growing privately held company in the United States. This guy's picture was on the front of Inc. magazine, and he took his company from 0 to 194 million a year in just 4 years. Now, I'm not trying to impress anybody. That's not the point. The point is he mentored me for 3.5 years. He had a net worth of over $150 million at the time. And maybe we should just do what he, advises us to do. Now, he didn't know anything about real estate, didn't know how to be a real estate agent. What he knew was success principles. He knew how to build a business. He knew how to satisfy clients. He knew how to help somebody get the outcome that they wanted. And that's basically what he taught me. And one of the instructions that he gave me, and I'd like to share that with you if I may. And the instruction was very simple. He said, get a copy of this book right here. It's called Think and Grow Rich. He said, get a copy of that book and study a little bit every day for the remainder of your life. I had quit school in the 8th grade, folks. Do I really want to get one book and study every day for the rest of my life? No. However, there was something in the way he said it that made me realize I should probably get a copy. So I did, excuse me. And 28 years later, here I am, still with a copy of it in my hand. 28 years later, I still read a little bit every day. I just grab one page. And taking this material into real estate and hanging out with him for 3.5 years and being mentored by him and hanging out with people who earned a lot of money. In my very first full-time month in this business, I listed 17 for sale by owner properties and ended up selling 92 homes my first year. I'm nobody special, folks. And I have to tell you, that was miserable. That year was absolutely miserable. I hated it. I hated the business. I hated real estate. I didn't want anything to do with this daggone thing. And some of you might be thinking, what the hell are you talking about, man? You did 92 deals and you hate this stuff? Yeah. See, I had no time. I had 2 little girls at home at the time, Amanda and Rachel. And I had no time for those kids. And I had no time to be a dad. And I had no time to be a husband. I had no time to go on vacation. I had no time for anything but running my butt off for everybody else in real estate. And quite frankly, I wasn't interested in living that way. So what I had done is I realized, man, it's like God took a 4x4 or a 6x6 and he just smacked me right on top of the head. And it was like it was an epiphany, an awakening, if you will. I realized every successful business on the planet, every one of them has a system. Every one of them operates a system and has a playbook for every aspect of the system. And I had neither. I was flying by the seat of my pants. Absolutely no daily method of operation. Do it as a, I mean, some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that sucked. And I hated it. So I sat down and I started to put together a system. And over the next year or two, I developed a system, a 12 module system with a playbook. And with the system and the playbook, I averaged about 390 grand a year, working less than 40 hours a week. I had time to be the soccer coach for 2 teams. I had time to go on vacation. I had time to go to the boat and actually take a boat ride, not have to answer my phone. Oh my God, my phone's going to ring. Shit. Oh, the phone's ringing. Please answer. My God, some of you think that way. You don't even take a day off. I just spoke with Chelsea last night. Chelsea just got into business in February. I think right now she's got 6 pendings. I mean, you follow Chelsea on Facebook, it is one sold property after the other. But Chelsea's now learning that one day a week, you need to take this thing and turn it off. You're allowed to have a life, folks. You're allowed to have a life. So I learned that, and that's what that system had taught me. So 92 deals my first year, all that's great. But the real thing that truly matters the most to me is the number of people that we get to help produce better results in less time. That's what it's all about. You know, if we don't help somebody else get an outcome that they want, we don't get the income we want. All right? Keep that, write that down somewhere. I help them get the outcome first, and then I get the income. Because if they don't get the outcome of their, buying a house or home sold or something like that, then there is no income for you. None. Zero, zilch, nada. So we've got to get this thing right, okay? And so this book, and knowing nothing about real estate, but just hanging out with success principles and successful people and getting my mind right, then talking to a for sale by owner was actually quite simple. It wasn't hard at all. And making the connection, which we have to do. Remember that if you don't make an emotional connection with your client, they won't trust you enough to give you an opportunity to help them get the outcome they want. Okay, so we're going to talk about listing properties every month. See, we believe you should list properties every month. People who follow this system, this one here, people who follow this average 4.3 listings per month. Now, I know some are thinking, oh my God, that's incredible. No way, no way, no way. Why? Well, I don't understand why somebody would think that way just based on our own limited perceptions, our own limited successes. We think it's impossible to do 4.3 listings per month or 6 listings per month. Remember, if it's an average of 4 listings a month, somebody's doing 6 all the time, somebody's doing 2. That's how you get to an average of 4, right? So it's not uncommon. It happens all the time. Follow what system? Andre, the system I wrote. It's the system I wrote. That's the system. And we help people follow that system all the time. But we're not here for that right now. We're here to talk about a quick training. And then let's jump on the phone and call some for sale by owners. So what I will be doing when I call for sale by owners, just so you know, is I'll be using a system called Real Connect. And the reason I use Real Connect is because I ain't looking up phone numbers, man. My time's valuable. Right? I can't get my time back. See, I can go out and earn more money. I can create another friendship. I can get a relationship. I can get more love. I can replenish things, but I can't replenish my time. So if I spend time looking up for sale by owner phone numbers, well, then I might be worth about $14 an hour, right? Maybe 15, I don't know. In today's world, it might be 20. Who knows? But it's still not where I want to be. It's not where I want to be. See, I want to be at hundreds and hundreds of dollars per hour, just like the last deal that Josh had completed. Do the math. $8,400, about 15 hours. Somebody will do the math and tell us how much per hour. Watch, I'll put it in the chat window. And that was all because we did some prospecting with for sale by owners. But make sure we understand there's many categories we can prospect. You have for sale by owners, you have expireds, another gold mine of opportunity. We have cancels, we have withdrawals, we have networking, we have sphere of influence, we have farming, we have your social media. There's all sorts of different ways. People run ads. Please don't buy leads. For the love of Pete, man. 347 million leads were sold last year, folks. 347 million. So if you want to put that in perspective, write this down, right? 347 followed by 6 zeros. Okay, 347 million. Now, right under that, write 4, 800, 000. That's approximately how many home sales there were, 4.8 million. So let's say it was 5 million. That means 342 million leads were sold to people. For what? They went nowhere. They did nothing. Don't, please. If you're going to invest in something, invest in a system. Real Connect is a great system. It'll give you the for sale by owners, expires, cancel, withdrawals. I got them right here. I've got just in the last 30 days. I'm in the northern suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio, is where I am. Just in the last, no. What do we got? In the last, FSBOs in the last week is what I have up right now. I got 19 of them. And we're going to call directly from them. I'll call on behalf of Josh. I don't have a license anymore on purpose because I spend my entire life doing what I'm doing right now, helping agents produce better results and do it in less time. That's what I do. In 2013, it came to a point where I was either going to build a mentoring company or I was going to continue to be a real estate agent because I was trying to do both. And yeah, I say trying because both of them were suffering a little bit. So I went out and I had a chat with God. God said the message was very, very clear. So I came inside. I got my real estate license. I went back outside to the fire pit and I dropped that license in the fire pit. I burned the bridge, folks. I left myself absolutely no way to retreat, which is the same thing I did when I jumped into real estate. I had no way to retreat. I had to make it work. And see, over that 3.5 years, I talked about that mentor who had mentored me. Over that 3.5 years, what we had really done is we developed this thing called a mindset. Now, I didn't understand the entrepreneurial mindset versus the employee mindset. I truly didn't until he took me through this. Now, once again, he started the fastest growing privately held company in the United States. And yes, we're going to get to live calls here shortly, folks, but I can tell you straight away, if we don't get this piece of the puzzle correct first, you can dial that phone until your fingers are bleeding. And you probably won't get the results you want. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, you can always adopt the philosophy if you want to. Let me just throw a bunch of shit on the wall and see what sticks. You're welcome to do that if you want to. I chose not to adopt that philosophy and instead adopt the philosophy of this book right here, which is proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. If you don't know the name Barbara Corcoran, you should look her up. She absolutely claims most all of her success came from this book. Damon John, you might have heard of him. Jeff Bezos, yeah, might have heard of him. See, these people all developed. They didn't have it. They weren't born with it. They developed the entrepreneurial mindset where they would invest in themselves. You're doing that right now. You're investing in the most important asset that you have, the most valuable asset that you have. You're investing right now, and that's your time. And what an employee does is they spend money on dinner. See, an employee doesn't have any problem going out to Outback Steakhouse, dropping that credit card, paying 27% interest on that. No problem at all, man. Invest in my business? You want me to invest in myself? You want me to invest in a system, invest time, energy, financial resources, and develop a skill? Oh my gosh, I'm not going to do that. The entrepreneur does that every day, man. What are we thinking about, folks? See, the entrepreneur will invest in the business. The employee will spend money on TV. They've got the Hulu, the YouTube. They got every TV app imaginable. They got them all. An entrepreneur ain't got time for that. An entrepreneur-minded person has a positive mental attitude. Doesn't matter what's going on. The market doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They know opportunity is there. They know business is there. They know that houses are going to sell. They know this. So they keep a positive mental attitude while the employee mentality is easily discouraged. Take a look around the real estate business, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the people who are easily discouraged. I'm not beating these people up. Hell's bells, man. We're here to help them. That's what we're trying to do. Get out of this easily discouraged mindset. Oh, there's a process to do that, see? The entrepreneur will take full responsibility. The employee will play the blame game. It's always somebody else's fault. You ever notice that? And then when you bring this subject up, they say, well, I always take responsibility. It says, you want to just laugh. You will scratch your head and go, my gosh, man, are these people not paying attention? Make sure we don't play the blame game. It's not the title company's fault, the mortgage company's fault. It's no, who cares whose fault it is? Fix the problem. That was my first mentor. Tim, who gives it? I'm not going to say it. Who created the problem? Let's fix it. And then if we have to deal with an individual who keeps creating a problem, we'll deal with it. But right now, let's fix the problem. Entrepreneurs always learning. The employee is watching TV. They're watching them sitcoms, man. They know what's going on. They're blasting away on social. Hey, let me spend some time on Facebook, TikTok, this other social media that we don't even know about yet. That's what they do, folks. That's what they do. The entrepreneur is effectively communicating. They're learning to effectively communicate because they practice their brains out. They know it's a skill development process that they're not born with. Nobody's born with effective communication skills. They are developed, folks. They're absolutely developed. The employee likes to talk too much. Studies say, and there's all sorts of studies out there on this now, that some of them say approximately 73% of the time, people just wait for their turn to talk and they never actively listen. The next time you're in a real conversation, pay attention to this and see how many people interrupt each other mid-sentence and don't even let people finish. All they're doing is waiting for their turn to talk, man. Well, if you want to get good at this business, get that piece down really, really well, okay? See, the entrepreneur does know how to actively listen. They're not just listening to the words, they're listening to tonality, body language. They're feeling the energy in the room. They know what's going on. They're present. They're not thinking about anything else. They're actively engaged. And the employee is waiting for their turn to talk. And this is, folks, if you just look at that, you go, holy smokes, man, how accurate is that one? That's extremely accurate. Now, these are the steps required for growth, and these are the steps that we all get to go through. And yeah, we got about 16 minutes past the hour. We'll get to these calls. We got 19 for sale by owners. We're going to dial them up. We're going to use the script that we use, one that's in this system, the whole for sale by owner system, the module that's in this system for sale by owner. There's an expired module, for sale by owner module, how to work with buyers, all of that stuff's in there. That's how I operated a business, folks. I quit school in the 8th grade. I'm not that daggone smart. But if you give me a paint by numbers, man, I can do that. Especially with the right mindset. As long as I keep reading that book and hang out with positive people and don't get engulfed in all the negative garbage surrounding, the NAR settlement and all this other stuff. I don't engage, man. But here's what I do know. And this is what I've learned over 28 years of studying. And please, correct me if I'm wrong. We all have this thing called a comfort zone. It's safe. We're in control. Not a lot of reward because there's not a lot of risk. And I like to call this thing the self-imposed prison. And this is based on our own perception of things. So I work with Brian Dempsey. Brian's up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Utah. And Brian had a perception that for sale by owners were going to be mean, they're going to be angry, they weren't going to want to talk to him, nobody answers their damn phone. That's his comfort zone, no low risk, low reward. Well, then Brian went through the fear zone. And in the fear zone, that's where we have low self-confidence. We find excuses. We're easily discouraged in the fear zone. And Brian got out of his comfort zone, went into the fear zone. And his fear zone is not a place to stay. It's a place to go through. Go through it and get to this thing called the learning zone. And this is where he starts to solve the problems. I don't have enough listings. We don't have the closings. We're not satisfying customers. We're not helping enough people get to the end result that they want. Let's face that challenge and figure out how to overcome it, man. See, in the learning zone, that's where skill development takes place. That's why we role play 4 days a week, folks. Yeah, 4 days a week, we're on the phone role playing with people to help them get good quick so they can get results quick. So they can get that listing under contract, even if you got a listing today. If you go out and get a listing today, you get the listing today, okay? It's what, Tuesday, right? Okay. And that property goes under contract, fully executed agreement by Friday. Aren't you still 4 to 6 weeks away from closing? I believe that's accurate. Unless you got a cash buyer and everything's all done and set, then it might happen quicker, but you're still 4 to 6 weeks away from closing. So my point in bringing that up here is if we go through the skill development process, we'll have enough in the pipeline to where we have consistency in our closings. Because we'll have a consistent daily method of operation, which is module 3, lesson 3 in here. The third part of the system is your daily method of operation. What am I doing today? What am I going to do? What time am I going to do it? Am I going to be focused while I do it, or am I going to try to do it and then do this and then do this and then do that? Wait a minute, let me do this. Oh my gosh, somebody called. Shit, I got to answer the phone. It's crazy, folks. Don't do that. Entrepreneurs don't do that. Okay? Desperate sales reps do that, but entrepreneurs don't do that. But we have to go through the skill development, folks. And this is the only place that you actually extend the comfort zone. If we don't get to the learning zone and truly force ourselves to stay there, it's uncomfortable at times, man. It's truly uncomfortable because we're learning something we've never done. And fear of criticism wants to come into play. So we feel like an idiot at beginning. Why? You're learning a new skill. Of course you don't know how to do it. And my first mentors told me this: allow yourself to be new. Allow yourself to be new. Oh my gosh. You mean I don't have to know everything as soon as I start? No. But one should go through the skill development process, extend the comfort zone, and then you can get to the growth zone. And this is where we get to discover our purpose. See, people try to discover their purpose right away, but they're still in the comfort zone. They've never really expanded their mind. It's crazy, folks. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. It'd be easy, but it doesn't. So we discover our purpose. We set the new goals. We conquer the new objectives. And the heck with the goal, folks. Let's throw a goal right in the damn toilet where it belongs. Put it over there with the New Year's resolutions. I know I might just lost somebody, but I want you to pay attention here, real. Instead of a goal, make it a commitment. Make it a full-out, full-blown commitment that I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm going to find a way. And if you'll make that type of a commitment, you'll be amazed at what takes place. In the growth zone, you get to live your dreams. I finally got to the growth zone when I had written this, finished writing it, and I didn't have to work 90 hours a week or 80 hours a week or 70 hours a week. I didn't have to do that 60 hours a week garbage, Sunday night, 8 o'clock stuff. No. I have a family. I have a life. I have children. My life is not to be controlled completely by this business. No. I put my foot down, folks. I'm asking you to do the same thing. Take control of your business. Because we only have a couple of choices. We can either lower our standard of living down to meet the income, or we could take the income up to meet the standard of living. What do you want to do? I don't think anybody's going to raise their hand and says, you know what? I'm tired of this. Let me just take my standard of living down. Heck with it. I don't think anybody's doing that. Now, there's no other place. We'll get to these live calls in just a second, but I want to go through this slide because this is so critically important on how I listed 17 houses, folks. I didn't know I had done it then. I learned. It's easy to look back and connect the dots. I didn't know I had actually done this. This is what my first mentor taught me to do. This is what my second mentor showed me that I had done. Okay, now there's no other profession in the entire world that gives us the opportunity as a professional salesperson. None. Now, we didn't go through the stick person. It's on my wall. Most of you have seen this if you've been with us a couple of weeks. So this is just an illustration of you and I. Okay, selling is the highest paid profession in the world, hands down. Now, here you and I are. We have a mind and a body. We have a conscious and a subconscious. That's you and I, the professional salesperson. And we have these 5 physical senses of see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. And information comes through those 5 senses, and most of the time it's negative. Okay, so some studies say up to 85% of what we're around every day is negative. Holy smokes, folks, let's get away from that stuff. And then we have this guy over here. He's the prospect. This is the for sale by owner, okay? Notice there's nothing different about them. They're the same. There's not a daggone thing different about either one of them. They are the same, right? So there's the prospect, right? Now, the professional salesperson understands the difference between a conversation and a sales presentation, and that's a razor's edge difference. It's razor's edge. Most people, when they start in this business, all at once they get the high-pitched voice, and hi, my name is Tim, and hi, I'm calling on behalf of... No, be normal. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? You're going to see me practice and do that here in just a minute, okay? Oh, the professional salesperson has an intellect, and so does the prospect. And that means they can think, that's all. That's all it means is they can think. These big words, intellect, all this other stuff, drives me nuts, okay? Let's just make it simple. Kid quit school in the 8th grade, simplify it, right? But here's the biggest mistake that I see people making in the world of sales. Being around it for 28 years, this is the #1 mistake that I see across the board, folks, is people like to make their connection with writing, gestures, and words. In other words, they like to connect at the head-to-head level, and that's not where it works. That's not how anybody will ever list their house. People will never list their house because it's logical. Logic doesn't list. Salespersons, I want to help you. That's what you're thinking. And the prospect, I want your help. I want your help. That's in the conscious mind, folks. So in the conscious mind, everybody agrees, man, it's all good. We agree. Everything's good. Looks good. I agree. However, that's not where sales take place. Where sales take place is right here, folks. Right here at the heart level. See, the emotional mind is where the sale takes place. If you don't make the emotional connection, it can't happen. Over the phone, we have to make an emotional connection to get the appointment. Okay, it has to happen that way. And that the emotional part of us that we want to connect with that most people miss on. Excuse me. Now, if you're a new agent and you haven't studied this material and you don't have a lot of confidence and you're new and you're going out on a listing appointment or you're starting to work with a buyer, you might be thinking at the subconscious level without realizing it that, oh, shoot, man, I really need this commission. I need this deal. It's been a rough time, man. I got to get something done. Well, on the emotional side for your prospect, they have this thing called a paradigm. You have it too. It's called conditioning. Let's just leave it at conditioning, okay? And their conditioning is already skeptical of you because you're a salesperson. And their conditioning already doesn't want to pay you because you're a salesperson. They already think you're scum because you're a real estate agent. Real estate agent, you know where we rank in the whole world, right? Right. So that stuff's going on the inside, not conscious thought. Man, I want your help. I want to help you. However, we got paradigm to paradigm going on. In other words, if we don't really connect at the emotional level right here, folks, it's not going to happen. You've got to get rid of the thought of money. First of all, please raise your hand if you've ever gone to a closing. You did everything at a closing. You did everything for your client. Everything was good. All is well. You go to a closing and they did not pay you. Anybody? Raise your hand, please. Please raise your hand. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds. Raise your hand. You went to a closing. You took care of your client and they didn't pay you. Okay. Then here's what I'd like for you to do. Forget about the damn money. Because whatever you are feeling, not thinking, whatever you're feeling, their heart receives. What you're feeling is what they're picking up, not what you're thinking. You can put all that fancy stuff on down if you want to. You might even be able to use a slick sales close if you want to. But it's heart to heart, folks. And if you don't get that, then you won't take the proper physical actions to make it happen. It just won't happen, man. So this, folks, without a question, this is selling by law, not by luck. I don't know about anybody else. I don't want to just throw a bunch of stuff on the wall and see what sticks. I'd much rather sell by law. Okay, I'd much rather. And if we connect it to the heart-to-heart level, it is selling by law. Now, let's jump into some practice real quick. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? I'm in the batter's, or I'm in on deck circle, folks. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Oh, hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Oh, good morning, Sophia. Is this the owner of the home that's for sale? See, I'm saying it different ways based on how they may answer the phone. And if I don't try to make that connection, if I'm not consciously paying attention to how they answer the phone, I'm missing on making the connection right away, folks. Please don't do that. Pay attention to what you're doing. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? It is? Oh, great. Hi, my name is Tim, and your name would be? Oh, Julie. Well, hi, Julie. Once again, my name is Tim, and I was actually calling on behalf of Josh with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. And the only reason for my call today was just to see if you were working with or cooperating with any brokers or agents at this time. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? You see, folks, if you think you're going to come in and you're not going to practice and you're just going to jump on the phone and be efficient and effective and not do one of these, you might be wrong, okay? But once we practice, now we can prospect. But I wouldn't dream of just picking up the phone and start dialing the phone without, hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Because once again, batter's box, get your timing. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? Now, why do I say that? We get questions all the time. Why do we say that instead of using their name? I mean, in front of me, this particular property, this particular property that's coming up, I hope it's coming up. There it comes. It says Christine. I don't know if Christine, Chris, is it the right name? Will I get a guy's phone number? I don't know that. Here's what I know. The sound of our name is the most important thing to us. We love to hear our own name. If I say it wrong, I just built a wall. I just created feel bad. Does anybody really believe that if you create feel bad, you can get a positive outcome? Well, good, because it won't happen. All I do, I take a quick look at the property address. I'm in the southwest corner of Ohio. I do a big radius for Real Connect. And I know with that radius, I'm going to extend out into Indiana and Kentucky because we're in the tri-state area right here, right? So I'm just making sure it's in Ohio. I'm not going to read a bunch into it. I'm not at all going to do any research. None. I'm simply going to dial the phone. Now, I'm not a big typer guy. I'm just telling you how I do things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jot down the address and the phone number as I'm calling them. And then I'll take quick notes and I'll go back into the system in a minute and put the notes in there because once again, I'm calling on behalf of Josh. 2 weeks ago, I called on behalf of Lily in Tucson, Arizona. Lily is enrolled. She actually has this system. She's following the mentoring, following what we do. She is absolutely producing results. So I called on behalf of her. I called Tucson, Arizona. And I'll do that for Brian. We did it. And we'll call on, help Brian make it, get over the hump, man. So we do these things to help agents produce better results in less time. That's why we do it. So I can't promise you anything, but if if you're in our system, it's very, very possible that I'll do one of these live calls calling on behalf of you in your marketplace. I'm not promising that, but it's possible. It can absolutely happen. All you got to do is produce some results. But this is Christine. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? I don't know if she'll answer or go by Christine. We have no idea. And that's why we say what we say. It's an out of state phone number. And we'll see what happens here. I expect, oh, by the way, set your expectations before you actually begin. My expectations are set on these all the time. I have an expectation in here of they're going to answer the phone, they're going to be nice, and if we can help them, we'll schedule an appointment. It's just that simple. That's what I expect. 100% of the time, that's my expectation. And that's a lot of times what we get. But do I know what we're going to get? Absolutely. I'm calling people I've never talked to before. Somerset, Kentucky. That's going to voicemail.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Oh, hi, my name is Tim. I was calling about the property for sale on Branyon. 513-484-1247. 513-484-1247. Thank you. No, that's the only message I leave. And now make sure if you do that and you choose to do that, please go in and make sure that your voicemail greeting doesn't say, hi, this is Tim with XYZ Realty. Because as soon as they get that, if they were to get that, block. And we want to stop that from happening. So how you answer the phone back if that person were to call, and how you called about the property on Brandon. Yes, I did. My name is Tim, and who am I speaking with, please? Oh, it's Christine. Oh, hi, Christine. Once again, my name is Tim, and I was actually calling on behalf of, and boom, I'm right in the script. I'm right in it. Okay, you just transition into it. Okay, it's really, really simple, and it's really, really easy when they call you back. It's really easy then. Oh, another one just hit. A brand new one just hit. Let's call them. Some would say, oh my God, it's brand new, Tim. You don't want to call them. Why? Why would I wait? Anybody tell me a good reason to wait? If you have a really, really good reason to wait, put it in a chat window or something, because I don't have a good reason to wait. I have a good reason to make a connection. I have a good reason to help this person get their home sold. That's what I have a good reason to do, okay? Now, it says Jason Andrew Monahan. I don't know, go by Jason, go by Andrew, go by Andy, go by Drew. I have no clue, but I do know this. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? And I apologize, I can't call this one. It's in Kentucky. We've got a licensed agent in Kentucky, but I don't believe they're on with us today. This one is in our neck of the woods. We'll dial them up. Back. And yeah, I don't use a power dialer, folks. I'm not one of those that just throws a bunch of stuff on the wall and see what sticks. That's not the way I've ever operated. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If it works for you, do it. If I had just taken this 45-minute, 50-minute, an hour block of time and I'd done nothing but dial this phone and not do a training, I would have easily gotten through these 19 that are here in that block of time. There's a certain percentage of them aren't going to answer, will leave a message. We know that. But we expect people to answer the phone. We expect to make good conversation. We expect to schedule appointments. Hopefully those are your expectations as well.
Hello,
Oh, hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale on Mulford?
it is
Oh, hey, my name's Tim, and your name would be?
Barry.
Hey, Barry, once again, my name is Tim, and I was actually calling on behalf of Josh with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, Barry. And the only reason for my call today, my friend, was just to see if you were working with or cooperating with any brokers or agents at this time.
Nope, we're selling it ourselves.
On your own? Yeah, so if I had a buyer, and I'm not saying that I do, I don't want to mislead you, Barry, but if I did have a buyer, would you be willing to work with us?
I'm not paying any realtor.
Okay, I completely respect and understand doing it on your own to save the commission dollars, right?
Yep.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. You have a net number in mind you want to walk away with. So when all is said and done, you walk away from the sale of the property. You know how much money you want to have in your hand for you and your family, right?
I do.
Absolutely. Barry, what we specialize in is helping you get that net number and putting all the fees on top of that. If we could pull that off with your property, which we've done hundreds of times in the past, that wouldn't be a problem, would it?
No, but you're gonna get the property beyond what you can get a loan for.
Well, no, I mean, the one thing we never do, we never try to inflate numbers we're very, very upfront and honest with the numbers. We just do things massively different. You know, I know you're doing it on your own. You want to save the dollars. You might have had a real estate experience before. I get it. I completely respect and understand that, but we do things massively different. And if you'd like to get together just 20 minutes of your time, we can show you what we do that's so unique and different, how we attract so many buyers to our properties, Barry. And at that point, if there's a mutual interest, we can move forward. And if not, that's perfectly okay too. I mean, that sounds fair, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we've got an open house scheduled. We've already had one. We've had plenty of interest. We're having another open house. We did a soft opening. Now we're on Zillow. That's probably where you found us. So we're gonna try that for a while. So
Okay.
if that doesn't work, you know.
Okay,
we'll be
great.
back and we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely, Barry. I completely, once again, I respect what you're doing, my friend. I truly do. How long do you think you'll do it on your own before you consider our services of a good quality professional agent?
Probably a month.
A month? Okay. Listen, my friend, if you do find a buyer on your own and you just need somebody to make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, we offer that at absolutely no charge, my friend. Don't hesitate to take us up on it.
All right.
Okay? Have a great day, Barry. I'll
Yeah.
stay in touch, man.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Was he mean? He wasn't mean. He thanked me. He's going to try it for a month on his own. That was such a typical phone. That was such a typical for sale by owner. It almost hurts me over here. I'm not exaggerating. He's got an open house scheduled. He's got some, he just put on the market. Hadn't been on the market that long. So I've only had this one a few days. So he's got all this stuff going. He's still got excitement. He's still got hope. So what we do, we offer him help. Right? If you do find a buyer on your own and you just need somebody to make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, we offer that service at absolutely no charge. Please don't hesitate to take us up on it. Oh, thanks, man. I got a thank you from him, right? So now we have to go. That's the for sale by owner system and the script for the for sale by owners. Now we've got to go to the follow-up system and stay in touch with this gentleman, because if it's done right, that's a listing. If he doesn't sell it on his own and he doesn't pull it off on his own, that's a listing. That is a hot lead, folks. A hot leads. How often do you talk to hot leads? Every 2 days. Absolutely. More than that in the actual system. What's going on in the chat window? Y'all blowing it up? Why? Yeah, Andre, why would here's the thing with why I call on behalf of. When I wasn't calling on behalf of Josh, I was calling on behalf of my broker. Now, why would we do that? Why do you think we would call on behalf of somebody else? I'll answer the question, but I just want you to think about it for a second. You see, it gets us out of the way. I'm not in the way. Thank you, Amanda. You see, I'm not in the way. Amanda's with us. She's a brand new agent. Amanda, how long have you been in the business? I don't know if I can find her real quick in the Amanda. She's only been in the business a short period of time. She just got her first listing presentation not too long ago. I can't find it, man. There's a lot of people. But thanks for taking your time out of your schedule to join us today, man. That's right. Yeah. She's been in 2 years, but the first year she was in politics, so she didn't spend a lot of time in real estate. I apologize, Amanda. I should have remembered that. But yeah, you know what? That's a great call. That's a great lead. So we'll talk to this person. The script, we'll give them value. They'll welcome our next call. They'll welcome our next call. They'll welcome our next call because it's a system, folks. Let's keep going. Let's dial the phone. Man, that was a good one. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Keep going. Now that one actually showed up as the person's name was true to form. This one won't work. It's in Kentucky. That's the only thing I have to look at, folks, is to make sure I'm in the proper state. Right there. Oh, this guy's in my backyard. Absolutely. Oh, there's folks, sometimes it gets a little quiet in my mind. See, my mind is now here. How can I work with this and visualizing what's to come? See, it's not just grab a number and I'm visualizing a phone call. You've all heard visualizations and how important they are and how critical it is to make sure we're holding a positive visualization as to the outcome that we want. So that's what I'm doing. So when I get silent, I'm not ignoring you. I'm visualizing this person is scheduling an appointment to meet with Josh. We're in his backyard over here. And I know we can help him get the outcome that he wants.
Please leave your message for 513-227-7253.
Well, hi, my name's Tim. I was calling about the property for sale on Manor, 513-484-1247. Thank you. It's that simple, folks. Just leave them a message. This is another out of state. It looks like a condo. Yeah, but it's in a section of town that's high demand. If you're in Cincinnati, it's in Montgomery. We know they want it, and it looks like it would be an investor. I could be wrong about that. See, all I'm doing, I'm reading a little bit into it, but not too much. Boom, now answer the phone, except I'm going to check the chat window first. How can I help you? Think and grow rich, folks. Think and grow rich. You're from Cincinnati, Christian? Cool. Or you're from Cincinnati. What was that book again? Think and Grow Rich, folks. Think and Grow Rich. It's not meant to entertain. I'll show you. It's not meant to entertain you. Okay. Here's what the book says and what my first mentor told me. So once you read the book 3 times, you'll never want to put it down. Warren County, yeah, right up the bend, man. Call Miami there, ruthless. Well, okay, come join it. I'll call Miami. I don't care where it is. See, that's where you people are at. So I'm going to go off on a freaking tangent here for a minute. You people think that your market is so special and different. That is such a bunch of bullshit, man. People are people. Psychology is psychology. The human psychology is the human psychology, man. That's what it is. You get caught up because people have a little bit of money in this community. We have a community right over here called Indian Hill, man. It is absolutely, shoot, man, if you can buy a house in there for $1 million, I'd be shocked. I don't think so. They got their own police force. They got their own. Oh, it's different in Indian Hill. No, it's not. They're people, man. They're people. How do you get over call reluctance, man? You jump on a call. Jump on a call with us, man. I'll help you over that call reluctance. They'll be in the chat window. You'll have a chance to schedule a conversation with it, and it's just that. Doesn't matter if you're interested in the system, doesn't matter. You just want to pick my brain, pick Josh's brain, doesn't matter, man. Shanice, schedule a call. I don't have time to answer 40 because we're running out of time. We run blocks of time. Second day, 2-day follow-up call. Call them 4 times in the first 7 days, but you better know what to say. You better know what to do. Get them on and off the phone, all that stuff, folks. Okay, maybe I'll do a training on just follow-up, Josh, if we have enough in the pipeline. See, folks, I only call 1 day a week. This is the only time that I make outbound phone calls to for sale by owners. It's the only time, man. So Ruby, go ahead and get in the chat window, schedule a call with us, man. And I'm absolutely, yeah, nobody answers anymore. Really? Let's see. I just talked to Barry. Barry's a great lead. These people are going to call me back. And it doesn't matter. I don't care where you're from, folks. I don't care what market you're in. It doesn't matter. This works everywhere, all around the United States, Australia, Canada. It makes no difference. Understand. Let's go back a few slides, man. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? What are we creating in our own mind? Are we creating a shit storm, or are we creating a nice business that's prosperous, profitable, that allows me to operate while I have time? I don't care what market you're in. Stop using that as an excuse. That's what I would tell anybody who says, yeah, but I'm different. I don't know if Shania's with us. Shania's in BC. She's up in Canada. And she can't do certain things by law. So my question to Shania was very simple. Are there people in your community who earn a lot of money in real estate selling houses or working with buyers? She said, absolutely. I said, then you can too. I don't know where your lead source will come from, but we all have to find one. You know? But if you're consistent, I don't know if Brian's here. Brian will tell you if you're consistent every day, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, 1 hour a day, consistent. Just be consistent. Just be consistent, man. If you're consistent, you'll get consistent results. If you're not consistent, you won't. I told you I got all worked up on that one because I hear this all the time, man. I hear it all the time. My market's different. No, your market has people. Your market has people. Your market has people who like effective communication. Your market has people who have feelings. When you have feelings and you create the right feeling, your mindset sucks. Somebody's being honest with us here, man. But when you create the right feeling, people will follow you. They will give you the appointment. But what you're trying to do over the phone is you're just logic. For sale by owners take 16% less. Logic. Folks, it doesn't work. We have to learn to connect at the feeling. Barry is a phenomenal lead. If he doesn't sell his house on his own, we will list that property. We will list that property because over the next 7 days, we will talk to him 4 times. We'll know what to say. We'll get on and off the phone. We'll give him incredible value while we're on the phone with him. And he'll welcome our next call instead of blocking it. This is all psychological. It's what the subconscious mind is going to do. Okay? So it's once again, people are people. I don't care where you are. People are people. Texting, I don't do texting because they'll call me back. You see, everybody on this list right here that I don't get a hold of today. So I don't get a hold of these people. I only talk to Barry. So if I were working as a real estate agent tomorrow, I'd have lots of time for calling for sale by owners. So tomorrow I'm going to call everybody that I haven't talked to, and they haven't called me back. And then the next day, guess what I'm going to do? Same thing. And then the next day, guess what I'm going to do? Well, I have a block of time for sale by owners and a block of time for expireds, but I won't call either one of them until I practice my brains out so I know what to say. And I will never mix the two. I will never mix the two. In other words, I will not use the same block of time to call for sale by owners and expireds in the same block. I won't do that. Why? Because my mind is wrapped around a script. It's wrapped around the for sale by owners script. It's not wrapped around a expired script. It's not wrapped around the sphere of influence. It's not wrapped around anything. The guy who said he will try and sell it for a month before trying something else, you will still call him 4 times in the next 7 days? Hell yes. But here's the key, and hopefully I'm saying your name properly. I'm going to say Andre. Andre, the key in that is knowing what to say knowing what to say and getting off the phone, knowing how to end a call. That's skill development. Guys, most people don't know how to end a call. If Amanda's still on, she'll tell you. Amanda and Lily both. It took a minute for them to practice ending the call. End the call. You're a busy real estate professional. End the call. Session for expired and canceled. That some other people have. Amanda, some other people have asked about that. We might do that. I'm not going to promise anything, but understand, expireds is just the first question, and then it's the for sale by owner script. That's all it is. Cancels the first question, and then the for sale by owner script. Except you don't use, I bet you're trying to sell it on your own to save the commission dollars. Don't use that one. It won't work there, okay? But it's just the first question. That's the only thing different, okay? I like going the extra mile, folks. I like going the extra mile. We're 51 minutes into the hour. I've got an 11 o'clock appointment. See, 11 o'clock Monday through Thursday, we role play. And Amanda and Brian and several agents from around the country will be on the role play call. We have lots of agents that don't come because they role play at other times, but we role play 11 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Thursday. And if you don't practice, you can't get any good. If you don't practice, you can't stay good. And if you're not any good yet, and you're not getting the listing appointment you want yet, then you should get into practice and a bunch of it because it's the only way. Have the link for what? Ruby, jump right in there and get yourself a chat set up with me. Role plays for the people who are enrolled with our system, man. We role play with the people who have invested time, energy, and what it takes, and they've got this system. That's who we role play with. Okay, we're happy to help you, Ruby. Jump on there. I'm a broker. Do you have something that can help me? Oh my gosh, Christian, if you haven't scheduled a call yet, please do so. Yeah, we have a lot that can help you recruit agents. No question about it. Tomorrow at 5:15, I'm there. I'm count on it. I'm there. I want to make another phone call here, folks. I want to help, man. I want to help you people. I put it on a post earlier today. If somebody were willing to help you, would you know how to accept the help? If somebody wanted to help you, would you know how to accept the help? Now, studies say in our society today, ladies and gentlemen, people have a hard time accepting a compliment. Somebody walks by and says, hey, man, you look good today. How does that make you feel? Do you feel that's weird? Do you know how to accept that compliment? Do you know how to accept it? It's real simple. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then deflect it so you don't become arrogant. When I say deflect it, I mean, oh, wow, you look really nice yourself. Deflect it. That way you're not thinking you're the deal. That makes sense? Q&A. How did I miss this one? What's in the Q&A window? I appreciate that, my friend. You are very, very welcome. You are very welcome. That's why we're here, man. That's why we're here. So I'm going to dial up one more, folks, before we go. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. You never know what I might have at the very end for people. You never know. You never know what we might do. Okay, Middletown. Now, most of you would stay away from this thing because it doesn't have enough money attached to it. It's not enough money, man. It's not, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you stay away from it. I never have. I used to run the philosophy of this, and some of you won't agree with this. I'd rather have 10. Now, I'm going back 10 years, folks. Okay, so I'm going back before COVID, before prices did a craziness up. I said I'd rather have 10 listings at $150,000 than one listing at 1.5 million. The philosophy is simple. Those 10 listings at 150 grand, I know they're selling. I know I've got 10 satisfied clients. And let's say I'm 50% wrong. I've still got how many satisfied clients? 5. If I don't sell the one, I got one satisfied client, well, unsatisfied. But if I do sell, I pull it off, I got one client talking about us. But over here, if I'm only 50% right, I still have 5 clients talking good about us. But if they're 150 grand, we know how to market homes. It's completely different than what you guys think. Oh my God, the way real estate agents market a house, just want to pull my hair out sometime. But anyway, I know they're going to sell. So I've got 10 people now bird dogging, sending me people. I got 10 people say, yeah, you know what? Tim and those guys, it was Tim and Jennifer, my business associate, excuse me, got a hair in there or something. But Tim and Jennifer, man, that's who you need to call when you're going to list your house. Hey, 5, 7, 10 of them out there instead of one. Now, snowball that over time. Snowball that. Think long term instead of short term. Snowball that. Okay, I got one person that might turn into 2, but I got 10 that might turn into 15 or 20. Right? So now we got the snowball effect in play. So it's just all stuff that I thought through, folks. That's all. I just thought it all the way through. And I'd rather take listings in a sale price and a price point that I absolutely know we're going to sell that house. We know it's moving. This is one of them. This is absolutely one of them right now. Now, I don't know what his name goes by, Steve, Steven, Michael, because all of those names are there. Steve, Steven, and Michael are all on my screen. Oh, and so is Barb. So, hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale? That always works. Hi, is this the owner of the home that's for sale?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 93768460004 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yeah, hi, I was calling about the property for sale up on Marietta. If you would return my phone call, I greatly appreciate it. My name's Tim, 513-484-1247. Thank you. All right, cool. So we didn't get a lot of dials in today. And some of you say, well, it wasn't a very successful call session, Tim. And I'm going to say, or I would just not, we agree to disagree. I think it was a fantastically successful call session. Barry is absolutely a phenomenal lead, and that lead is up in the $800,000 range. Now, what if I did that every day? What if I were consistent in doing this every day? And this is what I did every day. Every day, 5 digits, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. I called people and went to list properties. That's why I called them. Folks, do you realize you could have your weekends off? I just felt the energy on the line. Oh, dude, you have lost it now. No, follow me, man. Your sellers don't really want an open house. And if you have a lot of listings, you don't need the open house to grab clients. The desperation goes away. And you have time for yourself and for your family and your hobbies, what you want to do. Now, you could do that if you want to, or not. It's completely up to you. Completely up to you. But here's what I know. If we learn to prospect and get good at it, great things happen. There's no question about that. With that being said, in the chat window, folks, you can schedule a Calendly. There's a Calendly link to schedule a quick call with us. Once again, it's just a conversation. There's also a link in there. If you don't have Real Connect and you're looking up phone numbers, please stop. Everything I did, all the phone numbers are all right here. I use a different computer because I got the other computer working the training slides. So I got another computer over here, my Real Connect. My Real Connect makes it so I can do this efficiently and effectively. And we are on track just from 1 hour a week, just this 1 hour a week with the stay in touch and following the system, following this, just 1 hour a week, folks. I'm on track to do 24 deals in the 12 months since we started doing this live call. Now, if we can do 24 deals, and that's just me and Josh, and on 1 hour a week, plus the time he has to put in to stay in touch, follow up on the listing appointments, all this other stuff. Why can't you do 48 deals if you're consistent every day doing the same thing? Or let's say I'm whacked and wrong and you only do 24 deals. You only do 2 a month. How you doing? If you do 2 a month, how are you doing, really? How is it? Okay. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, our greatest desire for you is that this day be the very best day you've ever experienced in this game we call life. Yesterday doesn't matter. It's already gone. Can't do anything about it except learn from it. Tomorrow isn't here. Can't do anything about that one except prepare ourselves to receive the good that we desire. That's all we can do. However, today we can do something about this day. Just a few weeks back, a young lady named Courtney took this material just from what she learned here, and she scheduled 3 listing appointments, after she left this. She took intelligent action. Please do that today. Allow it to be the very best day you've ever experienced. Tonight, when you put your head on a pillow, please do so with a mind full of peace. Remember, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. And may God bless each and every one of us. Have a great day today. And if you haven't scheduled your call yet, please do so. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.